Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Tyler Merkovich alongside the Zarda Playbook, Emery Hunt. Week 9 of the NFL season is upon us. We have Tennessee coming off their first win of the season at San Francisco, who lost their third in a row, and they played Indy tough there. What are your keys to victory for Tennessee, though? How did they keep this ship going? You know, Jeff Fisher, a lot of things calling for him, and a new quarterback. Finally got your wish, Vince Young inserted as Titans quarterback.
Well, keys to victory for the Titans, number one, you saw what Maurice Jones-Drew was able to do to that defense. You saw what the Houston Texans running backs were able to do to that defense. So they have to show up that run defense. I understand Haynesworth was a big cog in the middle. He's gone, so they're missing a big person, a part of that run defense. But the rest of the defensive lineman has to play with some pride and show up that run defense. Otherwise, Frank Gore and company is going to have a field day running the football against the Titans. Two, keep working that passing game. Been trying to play exceptionally well last week. He really didn't have to throw the ball too much because the running game just took off. But he made the passes that he had to make. He made the throws that were needed to move the chains. He did a phenomenal job. They have to keep that up this week because San Francisco is going to apply the pressure. Third, defensively, the secondary for Tennessee is going to have to play up to par this week because now Frisco can throw the football. Now you got Crabtree. Now you have Bruce. Now you have Morgan. Now you have Vernon Davis. So the secondary for the Titans is going to have to play big. Those are the keys to victory for Tennessee.
And both quarterbacks have a lot to prove here. Alex Smith, he was just inserted as 49ers quarterback position. But for Tennessee, let's go back to them. You know the constant was the running game and the offensive line. You know that's a problem that could have been fixed. The defense, who knows what's going to happen with them. Can they keep it up? They had a good game against Jacksonville. San Fran, though, you know they like to run the ball. They like to go 50-50. What are your keys to victory for Mike Singletary? How does he right this ship right here that started off great and now is sinking?
Well, keys to victory for Frisco is simple. Number one, pressure. Pressure the run game, pressure the passing game. They do a good job of playing up close and playing physical. They're going to have to convert on those opportunities this week with Chris Johnson as well as with Vince Young back there. So they have to continue to play pressure style defense. That's going to help them out. Two, defensively, they have to maintain their lane. They have to play contained football defensively because if they get out of their lanes against a mobile quarterback, that can prove to keep the chains moving because Vince Young can run. And he doesn't run like reckless like Michael Vick used to do back in the day. He runs under control and can step out of with purpose and runs to get out of bounds as well too. So they're gonna have to play contain. Defensive ends, outside linebackers, remember contain. Third, they're gonna have to convert because Frisco can move the football. They're gonna have to convert once they stalled a lot. Once they get to a certain point against Indy, they stalled. They're gonna have to convert these opportunities with touchdowns as well. I like Frisco at home, close.
I'm going with Tennessee. VY is going to get his second win in a row. Tennessee gets their first road win here. I think their secondary is going to get a little healthier. Their defense is coming around a little bit, but that offensive line can control the game. It's going to keep VY protected, and they got enough playmakers on the outside, just enough to beat San Fran, who's in a landslide here. I'm going to go with Fisher and the Titans.
Well, I think Frisco being able to run the football as well as now being able to pass, I'm still not sold on the Titans secondary, and I think playing on the road, playing at home, it's going to prove well for, especially, we talk about every week, a 3-4 defense is hard to block because you do not know where that fourth and fifth guy is coming from. That's what gave Peyton Manning troubles. That's going to give Vince Young and the rest of the offensive line problems.
It's going to be an interesting matchup here. I like the Titans. For more, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL.